sticks for a dog, making coffee for cats, brushing your teeth. All fairly easy tasks for most of us, though I can't say I've ever made a cat a cup of joe. But these are all tasks in What the Bat. And it sounds a bit mundane, doesn't it? Well, imagine your 5-fingered hands and flexible, bendy arms were replaced with baseball bats. That is the premise of What the Bat. You live the life of a youngster growing up with bats for arms. Even the simplest of tasks become a challenge, and What the Bat takes inventive routes to getting a giggle from players while offering up a fun, if short, experience. I went into What the Bat knowing nothing. It was an impulse buy. Not mine, but my son Charlie's. Taken in by the cutesy cartoonish promo art on the PlayStation Store, he wanted it. Me, being the absolute soft touch that I am, and also not wanting to explain the economics of a single parent's household to a 7-year-old child, relented, and dropped the 20 quid to keep the sprog quiet. Obviously, he got first go, and I watched on from the sidelines, curious as to what the game was about. I watched him smack a few baseballs around into golden trophies, with each trophy moving him to the next stage. Then, I lost interest and went back to my desk and did some work. But when the lights go down and the boy walks the trail to dreamland, it's my turn to play. So I booted up What the Bat and gave it a go, and I finished it in one sitting. That might sound like a negative, and it kind of is, but it's also a positive, because the game is such good goofy fun. I couldn't bring myself away from it, and I finally understood why the boy was so captivated by this silly looking and deceptively simple game. It's not just whacking baseballs into trophies, as I soon found out. I was also whacking boxes of cereal through the window to my elephant friend, who's always around in some manner. I was smacking toothpaste from the tube and catching it on my bat to brush my teeth. I even played a video game within this video game with a proper retro flight stick controller, all with the novelty of not actually having hands. The fun comes in the silly and the ingenious. The short levels are basically themed puzzles that challenge you to figure out how to move forward. Do you bash the dog on the head to progress, or do you whack the love heart emoji he expresses after a good game of fetch? Yeah, I battered that dog a fair few times. As the game progresses, it brings you into its world where the rules don't always make sense, and at some point I found myself thinking in a way that I thought the game wanted me to think. In other words, the obvious move is not always the obvious move. You've got bats for arms, for Christ's sake. Nothing should be obvious. I went into What the Bat wondering if that 20 quid would have been better spent on a takeaway dinner, but I came out the other side pleasantly surprised by a charming little game that honestly has no right to be as good as it is. It's not going to be the one you show to friends and family to convince them that the PSVR 2 is worth its massive price tag, nor will it turn the general non-believer into a VR die-hard. But it's a fun start, and the perfect blend of simple, silly, and fun that just about everybody can enjoy. And that is the end of this quick review. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. If you did, do us a solid. Go on down below, hit the like and subscribe buttons, and give that bell icon a ding so that you get notified whenever we have new stuff for you to watch. I've been Chris, you've been gorgeous, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, cheers my dears.